Here's something nobody admits out loud. Last month you said yes to a dinner you couldn't really afford. Why? Because saying no felt like confessing you were broke. So you swiped the card, smiled, and quietly panicked about it later. Millions of people do this every single week. They overspend not because they want the thing, but because they're scared of looking like they can't keep up. Here's the twist. A new movement is flipping that fear completely upside down. It's called loud budgeting. And the people doing it are ending up richer, calmer, and somehow more respected for it. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how 4 uncomfortable words said out loud can rebuild your money faster than any app, any spreadsheet, any side hustle. Stay with me. This one changes things. Section 1. What loud budgeting actually is. So what is loud budgeting really? For most of human history, being broke was something you hid. You made excuses. I'm busy that weekend. I already ate. Maybe next time? Anything to avoid saying the real reason, and I don't have the money. Loud budgeting throws that entire script in the trash. Instead of hiding your limits, you say them out loud with zero shame. That's not in my budget this month. I'm saving for something, so I'm sitting this one out. Can't afford it right now, let's do something free. That's it. That's the whole movement. It started as a joke online, then exploded because it named something everyone secretly felt. We were all pretending the trip didn't hurt, pretending the round of drinks was fine, pretending we weren't watching our balance drop in real time. And here's what makes it powerful. The moment you say, I can't afford it out loud, you take away its power to embarrass you. Shame only works in the dark. It feeds on secrecy. The second you drag your financial reality into the open, casually, confidently, it stops being a weakness. It becomes a boundary. And boundaries are attractive. People respect someone who knows their numbers. The most vulnerable sentence you could say turns out to be one of the most powerful, because you're no longer performing a lifestyle you can't sustain. You're just being honest. And honesty, it turns out, is shockingly cheap. Section 2. The hidden drain nobody talks about. Now let's talk about what loud budgeting actually saves you from, because it's not what you think. When people imagine going broke, they picture big mistakes. A bad car, an overpriced apartment, a crypto bet gone wrong. But that's rarely what does the damage. The real drain is smaller, quieter, and constant. It's the cost of keeping up. It's the 4 dinners a month you didn't want to go to. The group trip you couldn't afford, but couldn't say no to. The birthday gifts, the rounds, the let's just split it evenly when you ordered a salad. None of these feel like a big deal in the moment. That's the trap. Each one is small, each one is forgettable, but stacked across a year, they quietly eat the exact money that could have been building your future. And the engine behind all of it is one feeling: the fear of looking like you're struggling. You're not overspending because you love spending. You're overspending because saying no feels like losing. Like everyone will know you didn't make it, so you pay the social tax over and over to protect an image. Here's the brutal math. If keeping up appearances cost you even a few $100 a month, that's thousands a year. Invested over a decade? That's the difference between stuck and free. Loud budgeting attacks this drain directly. It doesn't ask you to earn more. It asks you to stop bleeding money to impress people who aren't even paying that much attention. The most expensive thing you own isn't your rent. It's your need to look fine. Section 3. Why it actually works. And what most people get completely wrong is this next part. They think loud budgeting is just about saying no. It's not. It works because of what happens after you say it. 3 things specifically. First, it kills the shame. The reason overspending is so hard to stop is that the pressure is invisible. Nobody forces you to say yes. You force yourself to avoid a feeling, but when you say, I can't afford it, out loud, casually, that feeling loses its grip. You said the scary thing and the sky didn't fall. Second, it gives everyone else permission. Here's what nobody tells you. Half the people at that dinner also couldn't afford it. They were faking too. When you say it first, you become the person who made it okay. Suddenly, the whole table relaxes. You didn't just save yourself, you broke the spell for everyone. Third, and this is the big one, it creates accountability. When you tell people you're saving, out loud, you've made a public commitment, and public commitments stick. It's a lot harder to blow your budget when 3 friends know exactly what you're working toward. You've turned your goal into your identity. That's the real shift. Quiet budgeting is a diet. You white-knuckle it alone, and you cave the second nobody's watching. Loud budgeting is a lifestyle. It's something you are, out in the open, reinforced by everyone around you. One relies on willpower, which always runs out. The other relies on identity, which compounds. That's why people who go loud actually stick with it. They're not fighting the pressure anymore. They flipped it into fuel. Hell's Section 4, how to actually do it. Okay, so how do you actually start? Let's make this real. Step 1, pick your number before you open your mouth. Loud budgeting only works if you know what you're protecting. Decide what you're saving for and how much goes there every month first. The boundary comes from the goal. Step 2, get comfortable with the line. Practice it until it's boring. That's not in my budget this month. Say it flat with a smile like you're commenting on the weather. No apology. No long explanation. The less you over-explain, the more normal it sounds. Step 3, always offer the alternative. Loud budgeting isn't about disappearing from your life. It's, I can't do the fancy dinner, but I'd love to do a walk or cook or hang at mine. You're not rejecting people. You're rejecting the price tag. Step 4, and don't skip this one. Automate the money you save. This is where most people fail. They say no to the dinner, then the saved money just sits in checking and slowly leaks away. The second you skip a purchase, move that money. Send it to savings, to investing, to your goal, automatically. A win you don't capture isn't a win. And step 5, find your people. Loud budgeting spreads. Tell one friend what you're doing and let them know your goal. The moment your circle knows your numbers, every one of them becomes backup. The pressure that used to drain you starts protecting you instead. That's the whole system. Pick the number, say the line, offer the alternative, capture the money, build the circle. Simple. Not always easy, but simple. And it works precisely because it stops fighting human nature and starts using it. So here's what I want you to sit with. For years, you've been paying a tax you never agreed to. The tax of looking fine, of saying yes when you meant no, of letting other people's opinions quietly write your bank balance. Loud budgeting is how you stop. It's not about being cheap. It's not about being boring. It's about deciding out loud that your future matters more than a stranger's approval. The richest thing you can say right now isn't, yeah, I'm in. It's, I can't afford it, and I'm okay saying that. Because the moment you stop performing wealth, you can finally start building it. So here's my challenge. Drop one thing in the comments you've been saying yes to, that you're going to say no to this week. Just one. And if this hit you, subscribe. We're building real wealth here. Out loud. See you in the next one.